think actually, Yusuf, that this is one of the big risks actually for 2024. Presuming it ends up being Joe Biden and Donald Trump, you'll end up with an 81-year-old incumbent going against a 77-year-old divisive ex-president. The market does not like uncertainty. This is sort of the definition of uncertainty. So we think it actually, this remains one of the real risks actually for 2024, but perhaps later in the year in 2024.
So then where, Todd, are you positioning right now? I mean, where are you finding the most value considering all of this uncertainty? I know you and your team have talked a little bit about China, which is sort of contrary to what we've heard elsewhere. I mean, give us your insight.
So for China, actually, we're actually neutral. China is showing right now weak demand due to a crisis of confidence. Consumers aren't buying property. They're not buying retail goods. They're not buying much of anything. On the other hand, valuations in China aren't particularly challenging, and that's perhaps another way of saying they underperformed over the last several years. So China, we're actually neutral. More broadly, we're positive on fixed income, and that actually ties in to what our rate forecast is. So we think this could actually be a good year for developed market investment grade bonds and a good year for U.S. Treasuries.
What about the geopolitical tensions in the region, Todd? Are you preparing for potentially significant readjustment in our understanding of what the conflict premium is in, say, the Brent or WTI contracts for that matter?
Actually, I don't think so, Yusuf. The Houthis, they've been a scourge on shipping now for a couple of months. So I think the market has already factored that in. I think unless something changes substantially, and that would be if the U.S. completely eliminates the Houthis as a threat, or this conflict tends to draw in the U.S. and becomes a more protracted Middle East type of conflict, then those things will change. Other than that, we think it probably isn't much of a factor. It perhaps is one additional factor that the Fed incorporates into their decision-making process for March. But again, I think we have to see either a significant escalation or the elimination of the Houthis to be a recalibration of what that risk entails for investment in the region.
Todd Schubert, talking to us about all things geopolitics, U.S. elections, and economies in general. Todd, really appreciate your time. Bank of Singapore Managing Director and Senior Fixed Income Strategist. Great to have you on this morning. All right, plenty more still ahead. This is Bloomberg.